for out number 3. Thurber, that pitch is by him, but underneath the legs of Weinrich, and on to second base goes Marty Carrena. The Diamonds will be looking for a double play to end this inning as they 1-0 Sonoma. As McDonald comes to the plate, and that pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The first pitch to Calderon from Thurber, and he hits this ball to left center field, and back goes the center fielder Hibernian. He can't get it. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Calderon around first on his way to second, and he will hold there with a double. Wagner makes the catch as he falls back. Oh my! Make the throw in time as
3 balls, strikes, 2 outs. The runner's going to get a jump.
Making them aware that they know that they are there and they're not allowed. Oh,
Swung on and missed. Throw out is in plenty of time to get him.
come in here. This pitch for Wagner is hit to left field and is deep, and back goes Clark, and he's over to the wall, and it's gone.
Floater into short right field, and coming in to make the catch.
Go this ball, ground to the right side. Galletti stabs it. Throws to second for 1. Waits for a second to first. Did they make it? Yes, double play. Be a pickoff play. The throw to first, now on to second, and Pugh is out. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 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 Pitch to Marty Carrena is hit high and deep. Back to left field.
Way
back goes Metzger. He's at the wall. It's gone.
Gone. There it is. Yeah. All right.
The pitch that hops up gets away. And J.J. Wagner going to scurry down to second base.
The high pop-up of a bunt, picked off by Brankins, delays his throw to second, and he could have had him maybe. Strikeout, and Clark gets tagged out. This pitch is ripped to the right side, and right-hand Valdez just throws the first double play. And Valdez says he's got it right in front of second base, but Garcia will take it out back to our shortstop, and he makes the catch. Lead to third. Here's the pitch. Valdez hits this one down the left field line. It's going to be trouble if it stays fair, and it's fair. In comes Bautista to score. On his way to third is McKeon, just picking up the ball now in left field. Metzger, and on with a double up to the right side. Letty says he's got it. Valdez says he's got it, and he does. 1 out. The pitch from Hutchison hits this one to deep left field. Back to left fielder Clark. He's at the fence. He watches. He leaps. He can't get it. It's gone. Left center field, and it's going to get down. Yes, Metzger. It hits out of his body. And got it on his way to second. They're going to throw it to second, and he slides safely. Hold on. He hits this one on the left side, and that's deep. Back goes Wallace. Chasing, give me Chase, give me Chase. He makes the catch in left center field. And leaps. This hit the center field. Wallace is coming in, and he has it. And they'll just keep running on into the dugout because that's out number 3. Got a runner first field. 3-2 pitch. He hits it right back up the middle, and it's going to be picked up. No, it's going to go right by Yasuda into center field, and Bautista goes on to third. And looked like Yasuda running over because Bautista.
Up in the air. On the hopper.
We are here talking with J.Q. Calderon, who has been an outstanding member of the Diamonds all season, playing right field, playing a good, strong right field, and of course your bat has been a valuable bat for the Diamonds. We want to talk about not so much about the current battle, which is talk about your youth. Where'd you grow up? How come baseball became a part of your life and all that?
Well, I'm grow up in the Bay Area in Dominican Republic. Like the name is Los Mulos is like a little name for the area. Like Villahermosa is where I come from. So I'm grow up in the poor place where a lot of people is being struggling to get stuff to play baseball. I'm starting to play baseball when I was 8 years old, and then I'm jump up to the Little League. So when I was 14, 15 years old, I'm starting play against with a lot of team, a lot of scouts watching me. So finally, I got signed when I was 16 years old. That's why my first time with the Yankees.
By the Yankees.
Yeah.
And so what did you started out, where did the Yankees send you? What did you do first with the Yankees?
Oh, I played 2 years and Dominican Summer League. It's like league in Dominican. I played 2 years there, and then I moved to the state, to the rookie ball.
Must be a big deal to be signed by the Yankees.
Yeah, it's a very good team. Yeah.
And so you come to the States. What do you do in the States with the Yankees?
Oh, what am I do? You just play rookie ball. Like most of the time when I get off, I'm watching like big league swing. My favorite players was Cargo Gonzalez. He played with Rocky. I'm playing just watching every day, trying to be like him. Yeah, it's like fun.
What's your favorite part about being on the Diamonds? This whole experience, baseball, otherwise,
experience
whatever.
is like talk with guys. You know, every year you meet a lot of people. You have a conference with different coaches, different managers. It's a lot of fun. I can explain. It's a lot amazing to be with.
There are a lot of Dominicans in baseball in America, and a lot of Dominicans, it seems, on the Diamonds. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, it's really good because you can keep in talk, like make funny things, making joke every day. It's a lot of fun when you are people with you same country.
And what about the future? What's your goal?
What my goal with the future? Well, it's a little hard to explain because I have like 3 days here. My dad passed away, so I'm busy for a week, help my family. And when I come back, my dad, he used to have Alzheimer. So when I used to be in the future, if I got a chance, I want to help people to have the sickness like Alzheimer, to letting show you they're not alone. They have a people can help with that.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for being part of it.
Have a good day.
All right.
All right.
We're here with third baseman for the Pittsburgh Diamonds, and someone who gave us the most unforgettable moment of the first half of the season. That would be J.J. Wagner, who is here during the second half. We'll get to that moment in a little bit, but let's talk about you growing up. Where'd you grow up, and how did baseball become a part of your life?
I grew up in Lodi, California. Went to high school and college both in Stockton, California. I played ball at University of the Pacific. My dad also played there as well, so that's kind of how I got into the game. Followed in his footsteps, and you know, that was kind of one thing we always bonded over and spent time doing as a kid was always baseball. So
You are local. Lodi,
yeah, right.
Stockton, Pittsburgh. That's
well, yeah, and so he and my mom both appreciated me staying local because they got to go to all my games as well. So, yeah.
So you left Pacific, and how'd you end up in Pittsburgh? Did you?
So a guy that I used to play against, he owned a travel club in Stockton called Club All Stars. His name's JD Hardcastle, and him and Aaron know each other, and I guess he had given my name to Aaron, and so Aaron gave me a call. I was working in San Diego for the Padres at the time, and said, "You still interested in playing?" I said, "Absolutely," and so I did a workout, and everything worked out, and here I am.
So the Diamonds are in a pennant race. It's the bottom of the ninth. They're down by 2 runs. You have been ejected into the game just a couple innings earlier, and you walk up to the plate with 2 runners on. What did you expect to happen? What were you thinking when you went up to the plate?
I was thinking have a more productive at bat than the first one I had, which was a strikeout, and I believe there was 2 outs at the time, so I was just trying to basically extend it, because honestly anybody in our lineup could have done the same thing. So it's just keep the game going any way I can, and we'll figure it out. And I got myself into a hitter's count and put a good swing on a good pitch to hit. And
so you hit the ball, and when do you know it's a home run? Immediately?
Instantly.
Instantly?
Yeah,
It's over!
which
I've seen the video. It looks like you knew it.
yeah, and I've never done that before in my life, hitting a walk. That was the first walk-off hit of any kind I've ever hit.
What are you thinking running around the base?
Just kind of pure joy. Wanted to get home to celebrate with my teammates.
I was wondering, did it take longer than usual to get around the base?
I'd say quicker. I would say quicker.
Really?
Yeah.
So you get down, you're mobbed by your teammates. They throw a little Gatorade jug on your head at home plate.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty refreshing. I didn't have to shower after that game because they took care of me, so that was nice of them.
So that is, was that the best baseball moment of your life?
Yeah, hands down, for sure. That was it.
And so what's the future hold from here?
Hopefully a lot more ball. Hopefully continue to come out here, get better. I know Aaron does a great job getting us our work in and keeping us on the right path, and just trying to get us, me, the pitchers, other position players, everybody to be the best that they can be. And so just continue doing that.
Well, that's why we call you Walk-Off Wagner now.
I'll take that. That's not a bad nickname to have.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Hi there, I'm Scott McDonald, and we are here for Runs, Hits, Aaron, the pregame show for the Pittsburgh Diamonds. And we are beginning a series tonight against San Rafael, where the Pacifics will be in Pittsburgh for 3 games. You haven't seen San Rafael in a while, and there's a lot been happening with everybody else, especially the emergence of the Vallejo Admirals. Are there differences with San Rafael that you can tell since you last played them?
Well, they've definitely picked up a couple new players. They've got an outfielder by the name of Cameron Monger, who has a lot of experience, and he's a power hitting guy, and he seems to be swinging the bat well for them. You know, they had just picked up Juan Herrera when we last played them, and he hasn't exactly scorched the ball, but he's a heck of a shortstop, and the guy knows how to play the game. And you know, they're playing a whole lot better than what their record says. They've lost a lot of close ball games, much like, you know, how we've lost to Sonoma late and we had the game. They've lost a lot of ball games like that. Their record does not indicate how well they're playing, and so we have to be ready, and I expect a very tough, hard-fought series.
On Sunday, the Diamonds came through with winning the third in that 3-game series with Vallejo, and it was kind of the opposite of what usually happens in the games against Vallejo. Your bullpen came in and saved the day for the last several innings.
Sammy Whelan's done a great job of late, and you know, Joe Lewis and Jordan Brink are, you know, our go-to guys, and you know, they don't always have perfect innings, but we needed it against Vallejo on Sunday, and that's what they did.
So Brett Solano is going to pitch tomorrow. This is his first starting appearance, and is this not his first professional gig since college, or was he somewhere before this?
This is his first professional go, and you know, his college stats were phenomenal. I mean, the guy 9-1, 10-1. You know, I think it's 2 years ago he had 100 and something innings and only 10 walks. So. You know, we're gonna throw him out there. We have a couple of options, but he's pitched well, and so we're gonna give him the start. And you know, we'll see how quick the hook is on him. You know, I know Skylar Fuss can come in and save him and go quite a distance too. So hopefully we don't have to use Fuss tonight, and you know, we can kind of have those 2 guys to get through the first part of the game tomorrow.
I know that you think a lot about where to put people, how to give the team an advantage, and looking at the lineup card today, it looked like you were thinking about that after you'd run the lineup card, scratching things out. Was that because you had different thoughts, or just put it in places that you didn't want it to be? Yeah,
well, you know, I try to take, you know, into account, you know, how the game might go late in the game with the bullpen, and they really don't have any lefties, so I'm free to kind of put my lefties where I want to against these guys, unlike Vallejo. And you know, obviously Sonoma goes to their one lefty late in the game against us, but they don't have any lefties in the pen, so it kind of gives me the freedom to, you know, do whatever I want with it. And putting Wallace back in the 3-hole, I think he profiles well there. You know, he's a guy doesn't hit into many double plays because he's usually hitting the ball in the air, and he's got a little bit of speed. So put Bautista behind the 2 lefties and stack those 2 lefties, Calderon and Guglietti, and you know, hopefully we'll have a good series.
I forgot what I was going to say there for a second. Oh, Galletti. I'm wondering, how is his health? Is he?
He's good. He's good. He's back at first today. He'll be back at first, and you know, he's dealt with a couple little foot injuries that, you know, hopefully they haven't, you know, hurt his swing too much. But you know, he's still swinging a decent bat, and hopefully we can get him back to where he's scorching the ball all over the ballpark. But I feel real good about his health right now. He said he's real good to go. The off day did him great, and those couple days DHing got him off his foot enough where he's feeling good again.
The Pacifics did you a favor on Sunday. When we were leaving here, it looked like they were going to lose, and you were going to be 5 games back. They came back and won in a walk-off fashion against Sonoma, and now it's just 4 back. It all seems, for some reason, that she seems imminently more reachable 4 games. I don't know why, but the Diamonds are in a better position than it looked like when they were leaving Sunday, even with the win.
Yeah, we've got Sonoma at the end of the week, so hopefully, you know, Vallejo can take care of them. Continue the way they've been playing, and you know, we've got business with San Rafael, who's a good ball club and capable of coming in here and playing us and giving us a go. So you know, anytime that we can get it under 5 games is really good. You know, we're running out of time, so we've got 3 weeks left, I think. and we definitely have to keep that number, within 2 to 4 because we don't want to be too far back.
It looks like the team is going through a bunch of new bats or something over here. There's a kind of a bat frenzy going on. What's the story there?
Well, our hitting coach decided we needed some more thunder in the lineup, and we're not getting any new players. So how to do that was he went out and spent some money on some nice bats, and hopefully the guys will feel a little bit better. Any type of little more gained confidence you can get up there. You got a shiny new bat, it always makes you feel better. If you feel good, you play good.
We had a bat ended up in the broadcast booth yesterday, or Sunday, or Saturday, and someone told me it was Valdez's bat, and it had been cracked, and he had taped it up and was still playing with it.
Well, that'll happen sometimes. Sometimes, you fall in love with a bat, and if there's just a hairline, fracture in it, when you square the ball up, it still can send the ball with a good charge, and until the bat officially breaks, it can probably still good. Now, when it gets a crack in it, it's more prone to break on a, ball in the end of the bat or, ball in your fist. But, I've had some that I've loved so much, and you get a small crack in it, and you just don't want to let it go, and you swing it until the thing breaks completely.
All right. Well, thank you. We're looking forward to Game 1 of this 3-game series against the Pacifics, and we will get started with that right after this.
I'll do the PA. Okay, all right. You take them out, make sure we have a practice for them. Right after the national anthem, they can both run. Okay. You're ready to go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Winter Chevrolet Stadium here in Pittsburgh as the Pittsburgh Diamonds get set to take on the San Rafael Pacifics. And right now, both teams looking up at the front-running Sonoma Stompers. Sonoma comes in at 12-6. Vallejo is at 9-9. They're 3-back. Pittsburgh 8-10. They're 4-back. San Rafael 7-11. They are 5-back in the Pacific Association as we enter today's play. Well, the Diamonds got a big win on Sunday, and they got some even better news to add to that as the Sonoma Stompers were dumped by the San Rafael Pacifics when the Pacifics got 4 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th. A big home run by Jake Taylor right in the middle of that to give San Rafael the victory and close the gap from within 4 games of the front-running Stompers. So the Diamonds looking to continue moving ahead in their Pacific Association season. 18 games now into the second half here for Pittsburgh, and they trail it just by 4. Well, tonight Corey McDonald's going to go for Pittsburgh, and he has really had the hot hand, one of the best ERAs in the Pacific Association. And it'll be James McReynolds, a high ERA for James, as he comes in here for San Rafael. San Rafael actually just ended a 5-game losing streak, actually, with that win against the Stompers on Sunday. So they've really been struggling of late, but they've got Brent Gillespie in the lineup tonight. They've also got Jake Taylor in the lineup tonight, a couple of guys who are clearly not struggling. As a matter of fact, right now for Jake Taylor, he is probably one of the front runners as far as the MVP race is concerned. He is on the top of the list in home runs. He comes in with 17 and is also on top of the list in terms of RBIs with Vinny Galletti right on his heels. Now Vinny comes in leading the association in batting average at 373, and the nearest pursuer is about 40 points behind him. So he has a big lead in that area, but the Pacifics do come into today's play with a couple of very, very hot hitters, and they can only hope that they stay hot. They can try to pick up a win. The Admirals, well, they will take on the Sonoma Stompers tonight. That'll be a 3-game series, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And even though the Admirals with the 9-9 record ahead of both San Rafael and Pittsburgh, both these teams, big Admirals fans, as they want to see the Stompers get knocked off as we weave our way through the second half of play here in the Pacific Association. The managers are meeting. Matt Cavanaugh, Aaron Miles at home plate now with the umpires exchanging the lineup cards. And we'll have the ceremonial first pitch and the national anthem when we come back. as we get started for Diamonds baseball right here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please go over to Scott McDonald?
Thank you for joining us tonight. We're just going to throw out the ceremonial first pitch on Friends of Scott night, and it's a sad thing to say I only have two friends. On the mound is Nick DeLuca from the other Pittsburgh, that one in Pennsylvania, and he now lives in San Francisco. And Alan Dean is from Sacramento, so that shows you the reach of the Pittsburgh Diamonds. And Nick is going to throw out the first pitch.
First pitch ceremony, it's friends of our very own Scott McDonald.
Thank you. Have fun. Play ball.
Just about set to get underway, and for the Diamonds, it's going to be 3 games with the Stompers following this series. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Diamonds will be in Sonoma in the wine country to take on the front-running Stompers and hoping to close some of that gap between now and then. Going to need some help from the Admirals to do so, and of course the Diamonds got to take care of business against the San Rafael Pacifics. It's been the resurgent Admirals that have really been the story of the second half so far, as they have continued to improve. And as a matter of fact, it's their pitching that has really improved, in particular the starting pitching, and some guys that have really been a big part of that. Peter Reyes has had some good starts. Marquise Hutchinson, Malik Jones, who was added to the starting rotation. His first game, as a matter of fact, as a starter was July the 26th here against the Diamonds. And he pitched 5 innings and gave up just 1 run in that game, which the Admirals won 4-2. So the Admirals, all of a sudden, a thorn in people's side right now. So they've become a team to be reckoned with. And currently they are 9 up and 9 down, and just 3 games back of the Sonoma Stompers. In a 3-game series, if the Admirals could get a sweep, they would move into a flat-footed tie with the Sonoma Stompers atop of the Pacific Association. Some more news about the situation in Martinez. I had to talk to a writer in the Martinez area who wrote an article about the Martinez Clippers that looks like they will be joining the Pacific Association to begin the 2018 season. And now their ballpark in which they will play apparently does need some work to get it ready to be the home of a professional baseball team. Apparently there is, a big park area where people can barbecue and have picnics, things like that. And there's an animal sanctuary there as well. A nature preserve, I believe is what they call it. So the Martinez Clippers getting set to begin play in 2018, and that would be a very wonderful thing for the Pacific Association. Also with the Napa Silverados, the other team that's to be joining the association at the beginning of next year. They look like they're set to go as well. So a lot of interesting things happening here in the Pacific Association as we move closer to the opening game of this 3-game series between the Diamonds and the San Rafael Pacifics. James McReynolds on the mound for the Pacifics. He will face the right-hander Corey McDonald. And we will pause now briefly and come back with the first pitch of tonight's ball game right after this.
Leading out for the San Rafael Pacific's left fielder, Demetrius Moore.
All right, getting set for the start of the ball game. Here is the lineup for the Pacifics. Demetrius Moore is in left. Juan Herrera is the shortstop. Cam Monger is in center field. Jake Taylor at first. Brent Gillespie is the DH. Zach Goldstein is the third baseman. Ricky Gingras is the catcher. Miles Williams in right. Aaron Brill is the second baseman. And they will take on Corey McDonald, the diamond right-hander, who pours in a strike, and we are underway. No balls and one strike. Demetrius Moore. And for Corey McDonald, comes in at 4 wins and 4 losses. Here's the next pitch, and that is just off the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. A 2.81 ERA for Corey McDonald. So he has pitched a lot better than his record would indicate. 11 games, 10 starts. Next pitch is a fastball in there for a strike, and the count 1-2. 64 innings pitched for Corey, 42 strikeouts, 28 walks, and he's yielded 55 hits, so he continues to have a very fine year. The next pitch is bounced to second. Otomar Valdez has it on a hop, fires over to first just in time to get him, and the call made by field umpire Mark Beller. Eric Thompson will be behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. So 1 up and 1 down here for McDonald, and that'll bring up the shortstop Juan Herrera. So Moore bounces out 4-3. Herrera bats. Cam Monger to follow defensively for the Diamonds. Bautista in left, Wallace in right. Calderon is Bautista in left, Wallace in center, Calderon in right. Wagner, Garcia, Valdez, Galletti third to first in the infield. McKeon behind the plate, and McDonald on the mound, who throws a fastball right by Juan Herrera, and the count no balls and 1 strike to Juan. And the Pacific's in their navy blue. Here's a little bouncer to third. Wagner's got it. Sun in his eyes. Fires over to first, and quickly 2 up and 2 down as Juan Herrera bounces out to third, and that'll bring up Cam Monger. So the Pacific's in their navy blue jerseys with the white lettering. Almost actually a silver look to that. In their gray pants. Yeah, the Diamonds in their orange jerseys tonight with the white pants. And here comes Cam Monger, the center fielder now. So Monger has been really good at the plate. He has hit safely in 17 of his first 22 games here with the club. Takes a strike there. And the count no balls and 1 strike. Right-handed batter waits. And he takes low for a ball. He's got one of those heavy Duck Dynasty type beards that you're seeing so much in the major leagues lately. Incredibly popular over the last few years. The next pitch swung on and fouled, and I thought that was going to make it 1-2. Scoreboard says 2-1. Matt Cavanaugh, the Pacific skipper, is coaching third base right now. Here's the pitch. Swinging a popped up right side. Otomar Valdez drifting into short right field, looking up, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Corey McDonald. So after half an inning here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium, of the Pacific's no score, and the Diamonds coming up.
In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion.
Up for Pittsburgh, Otomar Valdez is at second. He bats in the leadoff spot. B.J. Gwynn is the DH. He's number 2. Wes Wallace in the third spot in center field. Jaku Calderon is the cleanup man tonight. He's in right. Vinny Galletti in the 5th spot. He's at first base. Gerald Bautista at number 6. He's out in left. J.J. Wagner in the 7th spot. He's at third. Alex McKeon is the catcher, and he bats 8th. Jose Garcia in the 9th spot. He is the shortstop. And this lineup will take on James McReynolds, the right-hander of the Pacifics. And his first pitch to Otomar on the inside corner with a fastball, and the count no balls and 1 strike. So McReynolds, 2-3 record. The ERA high at 5.51. And this next one is fouled off. Back to the screen. And the count goes 0-2 to Odomar. 11 games for McReynolds. 10 of them starts. 65 1/3 innings pitched. 65 strikeouts. A good number there, but he's yielded 27 walks, 77 hits. And last year, actually made 3 starts. His next pitch is a ball to Odomar. The 3 starts, got into 5 games overall, 17 innings a year ago, and a 4.76 ERA in the 2016 campaign. This one fouled off to the right. And the count to Odomar Valdez, 1 ball and 2 strikes with B.J. Gwynn waiting on deck. Moorer, Monger, Williams, left to right in the outfield for San Rafael. Goldstein, Herrera, Brill, and Jake Taylor, third to first in the infield. Another foul ball. Ricky Gingras behind the plate for the aforementioned right-hander, McReynolds. And he's got a 1-2 count on Odomar Valdez. So McReynolds, talk about being local. He's from San Rafael, went to Terra Linda High School just off the 101. And the next pitch to Odomar's outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's a former Terra Linda Trojan and now pitching for basically his hometown team, the San Rafael Pacific. Swinging a ground ball right side. Diving play by Jake Taylor. Up and throws to the pitcher covering. McReynolds crashes as he makes the put out at first base. So a nice play by Taylor. McReynolds, who made the put out and then fell to the ground, appears to be okay. So that play going to go 3-1 on the put out. Nicely done over there by Big Jake Taylor for out number 1. Odomar hit that ball pretty hard, and Taylor, having to dive to his right, was able to keep that one from going into right field and then was able to feed McReynolds coming over to cover. Here's the pitch to B.J. Gwynn. That's in there for a strike, and the count 0-1 to B.J. B.J., the designated hitter tonight. Left-handed batter waits, and the pitch is just low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Diamonds baseball coming to you on BayAreaSports.tv along with Mixler.com. And that was inside for a ball. You can also catch us from time to time on Delta TV Channel 24, Comcast 99. And had some games on KLSN Radio 92.9 FM, and hope to have a whole lot more for you next year as we look ahead to the 2018 campaign with those 2 new teams coming in. The 2-1 pitch swung on, hit hard down the right side, but foul as that one rolls down that right side into the Diamond bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes to B.J. Gwynn. Jazz getting underway. Anthony Schultz with you, bottom of the first inning here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium. And the Diamonds losing 2 out of 3 to the Admirals in their last series. The Pacifics likewise to the Stoppers. This one right up the middle, a base hit. Looked like it bounced off the second base bag. On into center field it goes, and it's a base hit for B.J. Gwynn.
Now hitting center fielder, Wes Wallace.
Here's Wes Wallace now, the center fielder, as he bats with 1 on and 1 out. And Wes Wallace gets his turn at bat. Jaku Calderon now has come out onto the on-deck circle. And the pitch to Wallace. He swings and fouls that one back. Diamonds and the Pacifics. Been a while since these 2 teams had a chance to see each other. And Pacifics rather a thorn in the Diamonds' side in that first half. Here's the pitch that kind of fades away, swung on and missed on the count 0-2 to Wes Wallace, the Diamond center fielder. Oh, 2 pitch to West that bounces up there. Nice block by Ricky Gingras. And that'll keep B.J. Gwynn aboard at first base. Gwynn is not really a guy that's going to steal you a whole lot of bases. Jake Taylor holds him on anyway. So you want to keep them close. Got to keep that double play going. Here's the pitch, swinging a ground ball wide of third. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now on Wes Wallace. So for Wes, now the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed strike 3, and down goes Wallace with the strikeout, and that'll bring up Jaku Calderon.
Now hitting right fielder Jaku Calderon.
So here's Calderon now, 1 on, 2 out. Powerful left-handed batter comes in, those high black socks, and he's got the pants up around the end of the pants up around the knees, showing those black socks. He's ready to go. Left-handed batter waits, and the pitch to him in there, a strike, and the count 0-1 to Jaku. No balls, 1 strike to Calderon. Swinging a hard hit ball right side. That is foul. That'll go down into the Diamond bullpen. So Calderon trying to keep this one alive. Vinny Galletti waits on deck here for Pittsburgh. And the next pitch, that is low. A snap throw to first base. B.J. Gwynn motors back into the bag. So for Calderon, comes in second in the association with batting average at .324. 61 hits for him so far this year. Left-handed batter waits, and that pitch just low for a ball. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Diamonds love to see this one kept alive for Vinny Galletti. Of course, Calderon, a guy who can't hit the ball out of the ballpark. He does have 8 of those this year to go along with 32 RBIs. Swinging a little chopper. Hopper at second base, and that's going to take a funny hop right past Brill at second base. Gwynn is going to stop as Miles Williams, the right fielder, comes up with the ball quickly. That's going to be a base hit all the way for Calderon. But, boy, that took a funny hop on former Diamond, the Pacific second baseman Aaron Brill, as he came in on the ball, and then it took a hop to Brill's left. And that was just a strange hop to deal with, and it went right past him into right field for a base hit. So here comes Vinny Galletti now. Leading the association in hitting. He's been doing that seemingly all year is the pitch, and that is in there for a strike. I mean, Vinny got off to such a great start and continued to hit 400 several weeks into the season. It's gone down quite a bit since then, but it's gone down grudgingly. Left-handed batter waits, 2 on, 2 out. The next pitch to him misses outside for a ball. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike with Gerald Bautista waiting on deck. Pair of hits in the inning for the Diamonds, with Valdez and Wallace committing the outs. Here's the next pitch. That one's off the plate. That's going to be a tough play. Going to be handled by the shortstop. The throw over is not in time. It's going to be an infield hit for Vinny Galletti, and the bases are loaded for Bautista. Boy, that one was off the plate. Hit to the left side. It took a big hop. Goldstein, the third baseman, came over. He was not able to cut it off. Herrera, the shortstop, fielded the ball and made a pretty nice throw on a close play over at first base, but he had to wait for that hop, and Vinny Galletti able to beat it out for a base hit. 3 singles in the inning. An infield hit, a bad hop single. The Diamonds in business here with 2 outs. This one outside to Bautista, and they count 1 ball and no strikes. So Gerald and the Diamonds trying to make some 2-out noise and jump out to the early lead. Right-handed batter waits. Next pitch to him is popped up foul. Back to the screen, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Gerald Bautista, the former Admiral, picked up before the end of the first half, and he comes in right with just a .220 average. so far with the Diamonds, was hitting 292 with the Admirals. Swings and misses at this one, but he does have some big hits for the Diamonds, including 7 doubles and 5 home runs, 17 RBIs. So the production has certainly been better than the 220 average would indicate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gerald. Bases full of Diamonds. Here's the pitch, way outside, the count 2-2. Gerald trying to pick up some RBIs right here as the Diamonds look to take the early lead in the ball game. Home half of the first, game 1 of this 3-game series between San Rafael and Pittsburgh. B.J. Gwynn waiting at third. Here's the pitch, swung on it, missed strike 3, and a ball that was fading away from him. So Bautista strikes out, a couple of strikeouts in the inning for McReynolds as he leaves the bases loaded, and the Diamonds unable to score here in the first. After 1 inning of play here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium, Pacifics and the Diamonds, no score. All right, here comes Jake Taylor, leading the association in home runs with 17 as he stands in. Had a big home run in Sunday's game. That came in the 8th inning, a 3-run blast. The Pacifics ended up getting 4 in that inning, 2 more in the 9th to dump Sonoma and end San Rafael's 5-game losing streak. Here's Big Jake. Corey McDonald's pitch is high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. So a very dangerous hitter standing at the plate right now. Jake Taylor making a bid for the MVP of the association this year. Swings and fouls this one off and out of play, and they count 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, for Jake, comes in hitting .298, 67 hits, 54 RBIs. Here's the pitch, and that is a strike. He and Brent Gillespie top of that leaderboard in the RBI race, and right in that mix is Vinny Galletti. Next pitch to Jake, and that is high for a ball, and they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Taylor, Brent Gillespie, and Zach Goldstein, the third baseman. Should anybody reach, we'd see the catcher Ricky Gingras. 2-2 pitch from McDonald, and just a bit high as the count goes full now, 3-2. Corey McDonald facing the teeth of this Pacific offense right here in the second inning. 3-2 pitch, and that went a called strike 3 on the inside corner. Jake Taylor had thrown the bat away, and he was headed down to first base. And he's got a couple of words for Eric Thompson in obvious disagreement with that last strike call, but Jake out number 1 here, and that'll bring up Brent Gillespie. So Gillespie coming in with some nice numbers of his own. And Gillespie hitting at .270. 51 hits on the year for him, 15 home runs as he takes this pitch outside and low. And 51 RBIs coming in for Brent. Left-handed batter waits with those stirrups and the white sanitary socks. Swings and hammers this one into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Wes Wallace will come and play it back to the infield, and it's a 1-out hit for Brent Gillespie as he is now aboard at first base. And here comes the third baseman, Zach Goldstein.
Now batting third baseman Zach Goldstein.
So for Goldstein, .269 on the year. He's got 18 hits, couple of doubles, a home run, driven in 12. Also stolen 8 bases, so now they can run pretty well once he gets on base. Just 93 at-bats so far for Zach, one of the newcomers here to the Pacifics. Here's the pitch, and that is up high for a ball. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Now a long look down at Matt Cavanaugh, the third base coach and the skipper of the Pacifics. Gillespie not a big lead over there at first base, being held on by Galletti. The pitch just misses somewhere, and the count goes 2 balls and no strikes on Zach. Corey McDonald been awfully consistent for the Diamonds this year. Take a look at his pitching log, and it's full of starts that are going fairly deep into the game. Here's one lifted in the air to right. Calderon comes on into short right center field to make the catch. And Goldstein flies out to right, and he is out number 2. And here's the catcher, Ricky Gingras. So back on August 3rd, his last start for Corey. He got no decision in that game. The Diamonds ended up losing to the Stoppers 8-6, but Corey went 6 innings, giving up just 4 runs. July 28th at the Admirals, he went 7, no runs. Previous start to that against the Stoppers, 7 innings, 3 runs, and on it goes. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. And the count to Gingras now, no balls and 1 strike. Corey McDonald is very consistent for the Diamonds. It's Ty Harris of the Stoppers leading the way in the association in ERA. Here's a pitch swinging a ground ball right side. Big hop for Vinny Galletti over to first himself for out number 3. And there is a base hit by Gillespie, but he gets no further. And at the end of 1.5, it's the Pacifics nothing and the Diamonds nothing. All right, to the bottom of the second we go. It'll be J.J. Wagner, Alex McKeon, and Jose Garcia. Started off here for the Diamonds. Bottom third of the order to face McReynolds, who walked the tightrope in that first inning, gave up 3 hits, albeit 2 of them were not hit very hard. He had an infield base hit and a bad hop single to go along with B.J. Gwynn's liner to center, but McReynolds was able to get out of the jam as the first pitch to JJ is a strike and the count 0-1. And he was able to get out of it by striking out Gerald Bautista with the bases full. Big swing and a miss here by Wagner, and the count 0-2. So the early returns, Diamonds with 3 hits, but they did not score in that first. No runs, 1 hit so far through 2 for the Pacifics. Big swing and a miss here. J.J. Wagner out on strikes on 3 pitches. So he is the 3rd strikeout of the game for McReynolds, and that'll bring up the catcher, Alex McKeon. So McKeon stands in, 1 out, nobody on. And McKeon, with Joseph Randazzo now the backup catcher, he's not getting a whole lot of playing time as Joseph, so McKeon certainly taking the bulk of the innings behind the plate now, with Chad Heiberger on the inactive list. First pitch is a strike, 0-1 to McKeon. Here comes the 0-1. That's way outside for a ball. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. So for Alex, hitting just .211 so far. Had 45 games for him. Here's the pitch, swing and a pop-up. Right side, here comes, now it's actually going to be up and over the grandstand, bouncing off the top of the grandstand with a loud thud, and the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So McKeon struck out 38 times, has walked 12 times, does have 4 doubles and a home run. Here's the pitch, and that is low to him, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. And you want to talk about some tough luck. Boy, it's been struggles in extra innings for the Pacifics this year. Here's the 2-2 pitch swung on. That's going to be in the air right center field. Going back on the ball is Miles Williams, and he reaches up, takes it for the out, and quickly 2 up and 2 down here in the inning. So a strikeout for Wagner. Alex McKeon, he flies to right, and that'll bring up the 9th place hitter, Jose Garcia. But those extra innings struggles. San Rafael lost another game in extra innings on Saturday night to the Stoppers. And their record now in extra innings, 0 up, 8 down. Ouch. Swinging a foul, and to add insult to injury to that, 6 of those losses have come to Sonoma. Well, the Pacifics trailed by 5 games to Sonoma in the association standings. Here's the pitch, and that's way outside for a ball, count 1-1. I mean, if you change just one of those outcomes around, they'd only be out by 3 games. So close yet so far for San Rafael. The 1-1 pitch fouled off by Garcia. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jose, trying to keep the inning going. And keep it alive for Otomar Valdez, the leadoff hitter, who now waits on deck. Anthony Schultz along with you. Scott McDonald will be back. He's handling the PA duties right now. Here's the 1-2 pitch, way outside. They count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Diamonds and the Pacifics for 3, and then Pittsburgh off to the wine country for 3 games following in the weekend series with the Stompers. 2-2 pitch, and that's way outside for a ball. The count goes to 3-2. So McReynolds was able to get out of a jam in that first inning. Had 2 on and 2 out. And the bases loaded with 2 out. And the 3-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball left side. Backhanded by the shortstop Herrera. Fires over to first, and it is low, and it's unable to handle it over there is Jake Taylor, who is stretching out for it. And that is going to be an infield base hit for Jose Garcia. And the inning continues. So the Diamonds collect their 4th hit. 2 of them of the infield variety, 1 a bat hop single. And here comes Otomar Valdez. That ball by Garcia was hit pretty hard. And the shortstop Juan Herrera made a nice play going into that 5-hole between short and third to backhand the baseball. But couldn't quite make the hookup with Jake Taylor over at first base. But it was going to be a close play anyway, and I'm thinking that's a base hit all the way for Jose Garcia. Here's Otomar, switch hitter, bats from the left side against the right-hander. Quick toss over there to first base with Jake Taylor holding on Jose Garcia. BJ Gwynn waits on deck. Nice breeze here blowing through the grandstand now, and Otomar looks at a ball outside. He was kind of squared to bunt, pulled the back over a little bit. Did not actually come to that squared position. Takes outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Second baseman waits, and the next pitch instead a throw to first as Garcia dives back in. Good steal situation here. And the McReynolds and the Pacifics, they're thinking the same thing. If Garcia can steal a base here. Swung on, popped up. This is going to be into center field. Monger looking up. Reaches up, makes the catch, side retire. Diamonds get an infield hit, strand another runner, and through 2, they've stranded 4. And after 2, it's the Pacifics and the Diamonds, no score.
And Graphics is the official gear provider of the Pittsburgh Diamonds. Pacifics in the 3rd inning will be right fielder Miles Williams.
All right, here comes Miles Williams to start the top of the 3rd inning. Williams, Aaron Brill, and then back to the top of the order for Demetrius Moorer. So far, just 1 man has reached base for the Pacifics. That was Brent Gillespie with the base hit, and the pitch to Williams is low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So Williams coming up now, trying to get things started for the Pacifics. No score as we enter the top of the 3rd. Broken bat, ground ball to short. Garcia charges, juggles, and that'll be an error on the shortstop as Williams reaches first base, and it's scored E6. So that'll bring up Aaron Brill, the former Diamond. Played some of those middle infield positions for the Diamonds last year. Now finding himself here with the Pacifics. Aaron Brill coming in at just .226 on the average. 26 hits this year. Scored 10 times, 4 doubles, a home run. He's driven in 13. Right-handed batter waits. And there's a fake by the runner, and the pitch on the outside corner, a strike. And Miles Williams bluffed as if he was attempting to steal second base, but put on the brakes rather quickly, being held on by Vinny Coletti. Not a big lead over there for Miles. And the throw over, and Miles back in. Miles just 4 stolen bases on the season, so it doesn't run very often. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Brill, tries to check his swing, and apparently on the location's a strike anyway as a fastball catches the outside corner. They count 0-2 to Brill. Looks back, and apparently he's in agreement with the home plate umpire, Eric Thompson. No balls, 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter, Miles Williams, reaching on the Garcia error. He's aboard at first base with nobody out. Here's a swing and a ground ball, too short. Garcia's got it, and over to first in time for the out. Nice play by Garcia there to get Brill, and on the play, Williams takes second base, and Williams was just too close to the bag at second, and when Garcia fielded the ball, he was going to have to make that complete turn and throw over there, and he just felt like he couldn't make that play. So he took the out over at first base. So 1 on, 1 out, runner in scoring position now for Juan Herrera. Pardon me, for Demetrius Moore, the leadoff hitter up there now. So Brill grounds out 6-3. And here's Demetrius, who grounded to the second baseman his first time, takes up high for a ball, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Right-handed batter waits. The 1-0 pitch to Demetrius in there for a strike. And I think he may have thought that ball was a bit high. And Demetrius now asking Eric Thompson for a bit of an explanation. Seems to be satisfied with what he got. As we take a look out there at Mark Beller, the field umpire. That shortstop position, and this one is outside for a ball. They count 2 balls and 1 strike. So the Diamonds have collected 4 hits so far. As we look at Demetrius, 4 hits for Pittsburgh tonight. They've stranded all of those runners so far. Corey McDonald comes set. The 2-1 pitch, and that is low for a ball, and they count 3-1. So a couple of ground balls to Jose to start this inning. One he could not make the play on. That allowed Williams to reach. And he made a nice play on the ground ball off the bat of Brill. And the pitch, and that is just inside, ball 4. And now 2 on and 1 out, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Juan Herrera. So it's a walk to Demetrius Moore, and here comes Juan Herrera. He bounced out to the third baseman his first time. He's 0 for 1. So Moore in scoring position at second base. Pardon me, it's Miles Williams at second base. Moore is the runner at first. And Herrera, the right-handed batter, waits, and that one's going to be low. 1 ball and no strikes. So Herrera coming into today's play, 243 with the average. Scored 16 times, driven in 14. Also collected 16 walks. 1-0 pitch is a ground ball, hard smash to the second baseman, and nice flip over to second for 1, over to first, and the ball is going to be caught, but he's going to be off the base, was Vinny Galletti. So the runner going to be safe there, but that was a really nice play by Valdez at second base, going to his right, picking up that hop and making that 180 spin, firing it back to second base to get the middle runner for out number 2, and it looked like the Diamonds nearly had the double play, but Juan Herrera, who runs pretty well, looked like he was going to beat it anyway on the back end of that would-be double play. So Herrera bounces into the fielder's choice. That goes 4-6, and there's a swing and a foul back by Cameron Monger, the center fielder. He popped to second his first time. So runners at the corners here for the Pacifics as they try to get on the board here. Top half of the third inning from Winter Chevrolet Stadium in Pittsburgh. And the Pacifics and the Diamonds, no score so far. Here's the pitch to Monger, and this one is outside for a ball. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. So Miles Williams reached on the Jose Garcia error to start the inning. Brill bounced out 6-3. Moore walked. Herrera bounced into a fielder's choice. 1-1 pitch, and on the outside corner, it's a strike, and the count 1-2. So that's where we stand. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. And Monger trying to pick up the 2-out RBI hit to get the Pacifics on the board. Last check, it was the Admirals leading the Stompers 2-0 in the wine country. As a swing and a miss, ball gets away, bat goes flying, fire down to first base, in time for the out, and now they're going to say safe off the bag as Mark Beller calls him safe. He says that Vinny Galletti was off the base. Now he's going to ask Eric Thompson for some help. Vinny Galletti very upset with the call. We're going to take another look at it on our screen as you see the bat go flying by Monger. Monger got the late start, and now they're going to say Monger is out at first base. So officially it's going to be a strikeout. The run does not count. The inning is over. The Pacifics lead 2. At the end of 2.5, here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium, the Pacifics and the Diamonds, no score. Fireworks there in that top of the third inning when Cameron Monger struck out. Run was going to score. So Wes Wallace able to tag from second and go to third. And now the Diamond battery going to talk it over here. Gingras and McReynolds. We've got to deal with Vinny Galletti here. Runner at third, one man out. So a walk to B.J. Gwynn. A double off the third baseman Goldstein for Wallace. Sac fly and an RBI for Calderon, scoring Gwynn. Wallace to third, and here's Vinny Galletti now. The first pitch to Vinny on the outside corner, a strike. And Vinny Galletti picked up an infield base hit his first time. So he's 1 for 1. Left-handed batter with that wide open stance. Vinny waits. The 0-1 pitch down low for a ball, and the count 1-1. 5 hits on the ball game now for the Diamonds. So far, just the 1 run. Wallace away from third. Not a big lead over there. Here's the pitch to Vinny. Swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. May have been a slider from McReynolds. It kind of had a break to it coming down and in to the left-handed batter, Galletti. In any event, he could not catch up, and he's down to the count 1-2. And the pitch, and that's just outside, maybe a bit low, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Vinny Galletti, wearing number 24. Gerald Bautista waits on deck. Diamonds loaded the bases in the first, could not score. Got another runner aboard in the second, could not score. Second and third this inning, and they played at 1. And there's a called strike 3 to Galletti. He gazes skyward, and I think he's just a little upset at himself for not pulling the trigger on that one. Maybe Vinny behind in the count, thinking that McReynolds had a couple of pitches to play with and wasn't going to come in with a strike in that particular situation, but he did, and Vinny out number 2. So Vinny struck out looking here. Here's Gerald Bautista. He takes a strike on the outside corner, and the count 0-1. So Bautista waits, trying to get that average to come up some. Here's the pitch, and that's low for a ball. He certainly has not had the batting average numbers that he did with the Admirals, hitting at the 220 mark now, 292 when he finished up with Vallejo. 1-1 pitch to Gerald, and he looks at one off the outside part of the plate, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Diamonds baseball coming to you on Bay Area Sports TV. Good look at it there, and of course on Mixler.com. 2-1 pitch to Gerald, swinging a ground ball to second. Brill comes in, has it to one knee, over to first in time for the out, and the Diamonds strand their 5th runner, but they do get a run on the J.Q. Calderon sacrifice fly, and after 3 full here from Pittsburgh, it's the Diamonds 1 and the Pacifics 0.
There's help for you too when you need to navigate real estate issues.
Hello there, everybody. Tony Schultz and I have switched positions here, and he is going to be on the public address announcement system, and I'm going to be here with you, and I'm happy to be here for the top of the 4th inning where it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. 5 hits for the Diamonds. They had the bases loaded in the first inning. They could not score. They got a run on a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 3rd inning, so they've got a 1-0 lead with Mr. McDonald on the mound, who is having what seems to be his usually good performance, and now facing the dangerous Jake Taylor, who swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. We're going to have Coach Joe Torre. You may have heard about his injury. You may have seen it on BayAreaSports.tv. He's going to join us here in a couple of seconds to talk about Diamonds baseball. This pitch is low for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Corey McDonald in the top 5 of earned run average for the league. Has the ball in its mid and comes to the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike, and that's inside and high, and backs away Jake Taylor there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Taylor leads the league in home runs and just has been on a tear recently. He's opened up a wide lead at 7. He has 17. I believe the second place guy's got 14, which is a wide lead when he only got 21 games left. Diamonds are going to be playing these Pacifics for 12 of those 21. Here's the pitch, and it's 3 balls and a strike now to Jake Taylor. The Diamonds have just 3 games left against Vallejo, the Admirals, and those 3 will be in Vallejo. The Admirals play the last game in Pittsburgh for the season on Sunday. This pitch to Taylor is whacked to center field. Wallace comes over a little bit to his left and makes the catch. So that's 1 down here in the 4th, and Brett Gillespie will come up and hit as designated hitter. Left-handed batter against the right-handed McDonald. We even got a special seating for Joe so he could put his leg up if he wanted. There you go. Joe came from an organization called the Black Sox, and that you ran. Did you run the Black Sox?
Yeah.
And
that's right.
But the Black Sox still go now that you're gone.
No, they keep playing. They're everywhere. It's like the ghost of Shoeless Joe Jackson. This is an interesting view here.
McDonald with that pitch is a strike, and it's 0 balls and 2 strikes. There's 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th, it's 1-0 Diamonds. We have a very low view.
I like it. I like it. You're right where the umpire is. You can see every corner, huh?
Gillespie swings and misses on that for a strikeout, and so now there are 2 outs, and coming up will be Zach Goldstein, the third baseman. Goldstein flew out to right field the first time up. So what is the mindset of the team last week? They started out, they were kind of down. They beat Vallejo. They went to Sonoma. They won 2. They were able to almost about to pull within 1 game. Then they lost that game that they led, and then they lost 2 to the Admirals, and now they're back with a win coming into this one. Seems like been a roller coaster.
Yeah, I think it's just finding the right momentum, and then when you run into a roadblock like, Vallejo threw some different things at us a couple days.
They
had to adjust
outside
to it.
For a ball. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
They had to adjust to it, and if you win 2 against Sonoma in the shadows, you've got to be thinking, am I that good or am I due to, so it's hard to stay hot there. It's very hard to stay hot there. And against Vallejo.
That pitch is fouled away, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Vallejo's gotten much better. This team right here, the Pacifics, have gotten much better. So, that first half when we caught fire and rolled on people, you want to get that feeling back. So it's how do you get it?
They haven't put together that 5-game win streak. They had 3 of those in the first half. This pitch is fouled away, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, some of those teams have improved here in the second half, for sure.
Vallejo definitely is an improved team. There's no doubt about that. In fact, they are leading the Sonoma Stompers right now 4-0 in the 6th inning. McDonald comes to the plate, 2-2. The pitch is inside and backs Goldstein off at least it makes him do a little bend backwards, and it's now a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Diamonds here in the top of the 4th inning. And McDonald comes to the plate 3-2.
Oh, yeah.
Strike 3 called, and that was not what Goldstein was expecting. He was expecting to head on to first base, but he was called back, and that will be the end of the Pacific's half of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. At the end of 3.5 to score, Pittsburgh 1 and San Rafael nothing. They're ready to go here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's going to be J.J. Wagner, Alex McKeon, and then Jose Garcia for the Diamonds here in the 4th. And with us is Joe Torre, injured coach for the Diamonds. The injury sounded awful. You got attacked by the batting cage. They took a gash out of your leg.
Turtle bite.
They called the batting cage the turtle.
Big turtle.
And it looks
bite.
like a turtle.
Yeah, very one of those freak accidents that I've avoided for my entire life, and somehow I had one of the worst ones at the worst time. But it's not often you hear about injured coach, so something to talk about, right?
Well, no, you were at third base coaching box all that time, and then we were flabbergasted that you're out there right after the injury. We thought your legs should be up somewhere.
Yeah, the legs probably should have been up, but I wanted to start the half off the right way and not confuse things.
One
and I was
ball,
feeling
one
pretty
strike.
Good. But really the big thing about missing being over there is
2 balls and a strike.
learning from Aaron. I mean, he's really given me a different mindset on coaching third base. I've been coaching third base for years, but he is very
2-1 pitch
Very
is swung
seasoned.
on and fouled away, and it's 2-2.
Very seasoned over there. He's
Is
had a
he-
lot of good third base coaches.
Is he
He's
more
been-
conservative or more?
Oh no, we are aggressive, baby. We're aggressive. We're running, man. I mean, you saw the throw there from Williams and left earlier, and I mean, he knows what field to run on, what player to run on, when to run, when not to run. But he's very aggressive with it.
2-2 pitch is bound to the left side to the shortstop. He comes in and makes a short hop pickup and throws out Wagner, and that's out number 1.
And that kid can play, huh?
The shortstop?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's making some nice plays.
That's,
He really is.
I have not seen him. I've actually that's the first time I've seen him play.
Oh yeah, and he's heating up now too. His hands. The first play he made in the 6-hole against us back when we had, I think it was like the day game or one of the weekend series. I saw right away that he's one of the top defenders in the league for sure. That kid.
Was that the doubleheader?
I think it was the one we played here, like the day game.
Oh, it was here. Okay.
That Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We had the Sunday early game
okay,
that day.
Yeah.
But he really,
11:30.
he can play, man.
Alex McKeon up here. The first pitch from was a strike. This one is low and outside for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out, and 1-0 Diamonds, who are hopeful that Vallejo will keep up its act with Sonoma. There's the pitch outside for a ball. It's 2-1. The Stompers are losing to the Admirals 4-0 at the moment. So what's the prognosis for you? Are you
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this thing wrapped up for another couple of weeks and just
bounded
watch
right
the
up the
boys
middle?
play.
Right? It's
Look at
picked
that.
up by Herrera, who throws the ball to the catcher, but the catcher, unfortunately for him, is halfway between home and first.
He tried to be a little too quick there.
Is that, I mean, what do you tell them don't do that? I mean, that's almost throwing the ball away, giving away an extra base.
The way that he fielded that ball up the middle, he knew he had to get rid of it right away, and that's why the catcher's backing up.
Yeah.
It's going to be bang bang at first base anyway, so there's a good chance you throw it right off the bag. So what's the difference between that or what he did right there? You know, he knew he needed to get rid of it right away.
But should he have even thrown it?
I mean, the guy's at first. He didn't give him the extra base or anything. Catcher's in the right place.
Well, it seemed like he was in danger of doing that. I guess that was.
Yeah, he seems to know. If you watch him play, he is quick when he needs to be.
Okay.
That time a little too quick.
Now we're going to have a visit to the mound. I don't know if they noticed something was wrong with McReynolds' delivery, but he's going to have a conversation with, is that Nick DeBar, their pitching coach, out to say hello.
Yeah, this team's gotten much improved in the last couple of weeks. You look at the shortstop they brought in. You look at Brill, second base, the new third baseman, and the center fielder played high-level minor league ball and is in, I think, his 9th or 10th year. Cameron Monger has been around for a long time. He played with us in spring training. If you look on the field right now, I think there's like 7 Black Sox in this game.
Oh, really?
It's interesting.
And there must be a huge turnover on the Black Sox. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I
I think we signed about 85-something guys this year, so it's in and out. We don't get to play a shortstop.
And the Black
for whole
Sox like
season.
toured the country, they were here for exhibition season, giving teams someone to play against, and also giving the players a chance to be seen.
Yep.
I guess.
Yep, we play against the 5 independent leagues in the country and sign players to them pretty much almost every day of the summer and the spring.
Runner at first base, 1 out. The pitch to Garcia, bounded to the right side. The second baseman, Brill, has it. He goes to second for 1 and on to first for the double play, and the Diamonds base runner is eliminated. That's the end of 4 full here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, and the score, Pittsburgh 1 and San Rafael 0.
Yo, what's a better mid?
We're going to the top of the 5th inning here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, 1-0 in favor of the Pittsburgh Diamonds, and the Pacifics will send Ricky Ginris up here, their catcher, followed by Miles Williams, the right fielder, and then the second baseman, Aaron Brill, here, the first 3 to bat in the top of the 5th. Down 1-0. They have McDonald's got 3 strikeouts. He's given up 1 hit. He's been in charge of things so far. Pitches low for a ball. It's 1-0. So Aaron said there are not going to be any more changes on the team. I mean, every team goes through a lot of changes. This pitch is swung on, and foul tipped, and it's 1 ball and a strike. And then today, that was one reason I think he said they brought all those bats. I don't know what. And the team, it was like a feeding frenzy. Were you here when the bats came out?
No, I've been staying away from the clubhouse so I don't get too active. I'll be swinging the bats.
That pitch was low for a ball, and it's 2 balls and a strike. But they rolled them out in front of the dugout, and the guys were all over these new bats.
Oh, yeah.
We had a bat sitting on the broadcast booth just this weekend, and someone told me it was Valdez's bat. Here's the pitch, 2-1, swung on a miss, strike 2. And it was a crack bat that he had taped up and was still using.
For BP?
No, for in the game.
Yeah, these guys will hang on to their stuff as long as they can. Sometimes some of them. Oh, yeah. You don't want to let it go. You tell yourself it's a hairline and it'll live.
This pitch is lifted high, and Wallace is underneath it, and he will make the catch in right center field for out number 2. Out number 1. Excuse me. Miles Williams will come up here with 1 out and no one on.
A lot of these guys will be on the road for a while. They'll run out of bats, or they'll wait for the next team, and you don't have them. You don't know when the next one's coming sometimes. So and they're loyal. They're loyal to certain lumber.
That's what Aaron was saying. That some guys just love the bat, and they don't want to give it up, But it seems a damaged bat can't really be a good thing. Strike.
No, yeah, it's like you can't have any chinks in your armor. It's got to be. That is your weapon.
0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch from McDonald is bounded high to Wagner at third. He waits for it and then throws across the diamond for the out.
Boy, Wags.
2 down in the top of the 5th. Here comes Aaron Brill. Brill bounded out to Jose Garcia in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Brill's one of our original guys, 2014.
You mean for the Black Sox?
Yeah, he signed the Can-Am League out of our men's league in the summer. He finished college at Felician, didn't have anywhere to sign, played with us, and wound up with the Quebec team up in Canada.
That pitch to him is a strike, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
So he's one of my longest guys. He's been around for a long time. One of the originals.
That is a road team, those Black Sox, all over the country.
Oh, yeah. He's been everywhere, too, this guy. I mean, he's played in California twice. He lives and trains down in Florida. Then he's up in New Jersey training with us, then playing in Canada. I mean, can't stretch it any further than that.
So this pitch is bound to the right side. There's Valdez in deep into the behind second. He throws, bounces once, gets to the bag, out number 3.
How about that play, Diamond fans?
So no runs, no hits, nobody left on. End of 5 full. The score 1-0. Pittsburgh. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning here, 1-0 Diamonds. They would like to add something to that. Corey McDonald is having a great night on the mound, but so is James McReynolds. He has had more of a shaky ball game than McDonald, but he hasn't given up much more. Only 1 run so far. Otomar Valdez will lead this off as the Diamonds have the top of their order, followed by B.J. Gwynn and then Wes Wallace. We've been talking about Wes Wallace a lot because there's apparently a new concept of baseball that some baseball players have, that strikeouts don't matter. The pitch to Valdez is inside, and it's a ball, 1-0. That, strikeouts, and in fact, I was even told that some people think that you have so many strikeouts, you can tie that to how many home runs you have or how many RBIs. Pitch is inside, ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Valdez, who has grounded out and then flew out.
It could be more if you hit the home runs, you're allowed to strike out. I don't think it's that if you strike out, you're allotted a certain amount of home runs. But some guys feel that way for sure.
Well, I guess they feel the strikeout is a symbol of their power hitting or something, and that they'll get the home runs along with the strikeouts. But
yeah, well, you know what? The one thing that it is, man, is that these guys are here for a reason, and There's Valdez, with the eye right there. And if you watch Valdez and you watch Javi, Marty Carreño, their at-bats, they're trying to work something. You see they're really trying to get work a certain something. If Otomar was up there trying to hit a home run every time, it's just not his game. So Wallace has the ability to hit the ball over the fence and do those things that he does. So I mean, he's going to swing a little more freely.
Yeah. Valdez with his lead, and is this a time to steal?
I think Miles might try to. I think he's going to run at some point here, depending on how long the at bat goes. The thing you got to realize is you get some, like you got Wallace on deck. Do you want to give up the out when you got a guy that can, drive the run in? How do we want to get that run where we get the left-handed bat? Gwynn, maybe a good time for a hit and run right here with Aaron Miles if I ever seen one.
1 ball, no strikes to Gwynn. Left-hander against right-hander with Valdez with his lead.
No
and
hit
the
and
pitch is low for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. So McReynolds walked Valdez to start the inning, and now he's 2-0 on Gwynn, with nobody out.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron's aggressive, but he also knows how to play the scoreboard probably better than anybody. And when it's 1-0,
that ball gets behind the catcher, Ginris, and on to second base goes Valdez, as it just kind of dripped off his glove, but that was enough to get Valdez to second base. And so I guess no one has to worry about a sacrifice or a hit and run.
There it is.
Runner at second, nobody out, and now B.J. Gwynn with a 3-ball, no strike count. McReynolds is having suddenly a hard time finding the strike zone. 3-0 count. And the 3-0 pitch, low ball 4, and on 4 straight pitches, Gwynn walks.
Yeah, interesting. See, and that's why, you walk that leadoff hitter. Do you want to take a chance stealing when the guy's wild? Then he might just give you the base anyway or walk the next guy anyway. So that's what I'm learning from Miles. All his years at a very high level, I'm learning how to read those tendencies a little bit better at the higher level because he's got these feelings. No, the guy's going to throw a strike, we're going to hit and run. No, the guy's going to throw a ball, we're going to be patient, we're going to get another base runner. And here
you go off instinct like that?
Oh, I don't think there's a better guy I've been around, that manager or coach with that instinct.
I know this from talking to him every day for the pregame show about how things are going and what he's doing, that he is constantly thinking outside of his own little box about what he can do to give the team an edge. The conversation on the mound has come to a close, and so McReynolds will now be facing Wes Wallace with 2 men on and nobody out. And that's it's fascinating to watch, and I love the fact that he's also open to talking about it and what he's thinking and what things he's tried and failed and tried and succeeded. Here's a pitch to Wallace, and that's outside for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. But he has changed. He's become much more. His hook for pitchers has become very fast, and for a long time it was very slow, and it was frustrating almost to watch.
Well, it's an offensive-minded, it's an offensive game that you want to play. You want to score the runs and shut them down. So when your offense is doing a great job scoring a bunch of runs, and sometimes your pitchers aren't doing the job, you don't want to hang them up. You want to clip it. So many guys that can do the job. Let's see who can do it. But
2-0 count and the 2-0 pitch to Wallace.
Yeah, his offensive mentality is similar to his pitching mentality.
So what is your goal out of here?
Being out here personally, help the guys and move some of my players on and bring a bunch of guys
this
out.
This pitch to Wallace is swung on a line to the left center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. And here comes Valdez in to score. Going to third is Gwynn. He rounds third and holds on. And Wallace has a double. It's 2-0. Diamonds, 2 men on and nobody out.
You see, so if you get thrown out stealing there on that 1-0 pitch, that was a ball and could have been a pitch out, You're in a situation where we might not score that run, and that's one of the things that Aaron...
But isn't that of course that's all true. But that's true every time you steal the ball. Steal a base.
No, but it's about when to steal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
score. When you're winning, you're gonna want to add on.
Okay.
And when you're losing, you're not going to want to run into outs because you only have so many outs left to play with. So you have to be careful. So in a 1-0 game, you're basically tied.
Yeah, so consideration the overriding consideration was
this
what?
Offense, we got a 340 guy. You got a 325 guy. Gwynn's one of the hottest guys in the league. You got Guglietti hitting 370.
Calderon is up here with an 0-1 count.
So you want Calderon swinging with guys on base, or you want, what I mean? So you play those odds, and that dude's going to get a hit one out every 3
You would
times.
never run that, but you never have a steal a base. There's a pitch to Calderon, and he whips this one to right field. It's going to be a base hit. Gwynn comes in to score. Wallace heads to third. It's 3-0 Diamonds, and there's still nobody out, and Vinny Galletti is coming to the plate.
Yeah, let's see how much longer they're going to hang with this. Down by 3. Looks like who's that? Escobar? No. Yeah, it's Escobar in the bullpen, right?
It's 38. Let me check.
Yep.
I think it's 30. I don't have a
Julian. That's
Julian Escobar.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I know him because I could tell the way they throw just from far away. It's easy.
That is him throwing out there, and right now the catcher Ginrich goes out to have a conversation, I guess, to help give him some time to warm up. But it has become a difficult inning for McReynolds, who walked the first two batters. Wes Wallace then hit a double. Calderon,
there he goes,
hit a single, and that's going to be it. They were just giving Kavanaugh was having them have a conversation, I guess, so he could have some time. He's going to take a very slow walk out to the mound. So there are now 2 runs in this inning. It's 3-0 Pittsburgh. Their runners at first and third, nobody out, and we're going to have a new pitcher, Juan Escobar, going to come in. He was on the Black Sox too?
No, I just know him. I know I've faced him 20 times already.
Really?
When you see these guys, in a 4-team league, you see the same guys all the time.
Well, that's
and it makes it, it's pretty automatic. You know what you're going to get, and it's just a matter of performing, whether the pitcher does or the hitter does.
Next year, they're adding Napa and Martinez. So that'll make I think a tremendous difference in how interesting the competition is. But it's pretty interesting right now. The Diamonds are 4 games out of first place. They have Sonoma is losing last we saw, and now they've opened up a lead here a little bit, 3-0. If those all stayed as they are right now, they'd be 3 games out. They've got 2 more with the Pacifics here, 1 tomorrow and then Thursday, and then they go to Sonoma for another big series. Seems like every time they play Sonoma, it's huge.
Yeah. Every series is huge in a 4-team league. You have to win every series. You can't lose a couple and think you're going to beat up on some weak teams. There are no weak teams. Every series is a best-of-3 championship. You got to win 2.
Well, that's the goal laid out by Miles and now Joe Torre, and Vallejo was such a shock when they won. They had dominated Vallejo. They had never swept them, but they had won every series up to that point, and then Vallejo won that series here. Then they went to Vallejo and took a series back. They took a series from Sonoma, and then Vallejo back this weekend, and they took the series. So it is a 4-team race this time, as opposed to just the Pirates and the Stompers, at least right now.
Yeah, a lot of the teams got better, and it's going to be competitive here in the next month for sure.
But when I talk about your goal, not your goal about being here today, helping the Pittsburgh Diamonds, what's your long-term goal?
Well, that's pretty much the goal. Help the boys. I got 100 players or more right now.